Pierre Poilievre's vision for immigration. Balancing growth, borders, and housing in a bold conservative agenda. Welcome back to Canada Chronicles. Today, we're diving into one of the hottest debates shaping Canada's future. Immigration. Rising housing costs, labor shortages, and challenges in public services have become key issues, and Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is proposing a bold new approach. His vision aims to balance economic growth, secure borders, and address housing capacity in ways that could transform Canada's immigration system. One idea in particular has everyone talking: linking immigration levels directly to Canada's housing supply. It's a concept sparking nationwide discussion, and we'll unpack what it could mean for Canada's future. Whether you're curious about how these changes might affect you or just want to stay informed on Canadian politics, stick with us. Don't forget to subscribe to Canada Chronicles and turn on notifications so you never miss updates on the issues that matter most. Let's get started. Cracks in the system. Challenges in Canada's immigration policies. Canada has long been recognized as a leader in immigration, welcoming newcomers to drive economic growth, enrich cultural diversity, and tackle demographic challenges. However, as of December 2024, the system is showing strain. Housing shortages, overstretched public services, and labor market gaps have fueled debates about the sustainability of current policies. The Liberal government under Prime Minister Justin Trudeau initially set a target to welcome 500,000 permanent residents annually by 2025. While the plan was celebrated for addressing an aging population and labor shortages, it drew criticism for straining resources and exacerbating the housing crisis. Earlier this year, the government reduced the target to 395,000, but the adjustment hasn't eased public frustration. Pierre Poilievre has stepped into the spotlight with an alternative vision. His proposals emphasize balancing growth with infrastructure, addressing housing shortages, and enhancing border security. These policies aim to provide a fair system for both newcomers and residents. The housing crisis. A barrier to sustainable growth. Housing has become one of Canada's most urgent challenges. With only 200,000 new units built annually, demand continues to outpace supply, especially as immigration levels increase. This imbalance has driven prices and rents to record highs, leaving many Canadians and immigrants struggling to find affordable homes. Pierre Poilievre has prioritized housing in his immigration platform. He proposes linking immigration levels directly to housing availability. This means annual quotas would be adjusted based on how many new homes are expected to be built, ensuring that housing is available for newcomers. While critics worry this could reduce immigration numbers and potentially harm economic growth, Poilievre argues that housing capacity must come first to ensure sustainable development. By solving housing shortages, he believes Canada can create a solid foundation for successfully integrating newcomers. Economic immigration. Filling labor market needs. Canada's economy depends heavily on immigration to meet labor demands in industries like healthcare, technology, and construction. However, critics argue the current system does not prioritize the skilled workers needed most urgently. Pierre Poilievre supports shifting toward a merit-based system to better address labor market needs. He has proposed fast-tracking the recognition of foreign credentials, which remains a significant hurdle for skilled immigrants. Currently, many professionals face long delays before being allowed to work in their fields. In addition to streamlining credential recognition, Poilievre has emphasized the need to modernize the pathways that skilled immigrants use to enter the workforce. By collaborating with industries directly, the government could tailor immigration programs to specific job shortages, ensuring an immediate match between skilled workers and the roles that need them most. This approach could prevent the underemployment many immigrants face, allowing them to fully utilize their expertise and contribute to the economy. Poilievre's plan would require provincial governments to recognize foreign credentials within 60 days. This streamlined process could help integrate skilled workers into the workforce more quickly, particularly in sectors facing severe shortages, such as healthcare. Border security. Restoring confidence in the system. Border security is another focal point in Canada's immigration debate. Irregular crossings at locations like Roxham Road in Quebec have raised concerns about the integrity of the system. Critics argue that gaps in agreements like the Safe Third Country Agreement allow migrants to bypass regular channels, leading to a loss of public trust. Pierre Poilievre has pledged to address these issues by closing loopholes in the Safe Third Country Agreement and introducing stricter background checks and screening measures. His plan emphasizes requiring asylum seekers to enter through designated ports of entry, aiming to create a fairer and more orderly system that strengthens public confidence. To further enhance transparency, Poilievre has suggested establishing clearer criteria for refugee and asylum applications. This initiative would ensure that genuine cases are prioritized while reducing delays caused by incomplete or fraudulent claims. By streamlining the asylum process, the government could allocate resources more effectively, improving outcomes for both applicants and Canadian communities. By focusing on these reforms, Poilievre aims to create a system that balances compassion with accountability, ensuring Canada remains a destination for those in need while maintaining the trust of its citizens. Reforming temporary immigration programs. Temporary immigration programs such as the Temporary Foreign Worker Program and permits for international students are crucial to Canada's economy, but they have also contributed to systemic challenges. Temporary foreign workers often play essential roles in agriculture, hospitality, and manufacturing, while international students bring significant economic contributions to educational institutions. One of the overlooked aspects of these programs is their impact on smaller communities outside urban centers. While cities face housing shortages and infrastructure strain, rural areas often have the capacity to accommodate international students and workers but lack the frameworks to attract them. Pierre Poilievre's reforms could include incentives to distribute temporary immigration more evenly, helping smaller communities reap the economic benefits while reducing the pressure on major urban centers. However, these programs have strained urban housing markets and raised concerns about wage suppression. To address these issues, Poilievre proposes capping international student permits to align with local capacity for housing and services. He also advocates for stricter labor laws to ensure temporary foreign workers are treated fairly and receive appropriate wages. These targeted reforms aim to balance the needs of these programs with broader societal priorities, ensuring that temporary residents contribute to Canada's economy without exacerbating existing challenges. Thanks for staying with us this far. We appreciate your time and hope you're finding this information valuable. Now, let's dive into one of the most ambitious and debated aspects of Pierre Poilievre's immigration vision. His proposal to tie annual immigration levels directly to Canada's housing supply. Linking immigration levels to housing supply. Pierre Poilievre's proposal to connect immigration quotas to housing availability is one of the most talked about aspects of his platform. This idea reflects the growing recognition that Canada's housing market cannot keep up with its current rate of population growth without significant adjustments. Under this plan, immigration quotas would be aligned with projections for housing construction. For example, if 200,000 new homes are expected to be built in a given year, immigration levels would be set accordingly to ensure adequate housing for newcomers. This approach aims to prevent overcrowding and rising costs, particularly in urban centers like Toronto and Vancouver. Supporters view this as a practical solution to a complex problem, arguing that it would allow for more sustainable growth. Critics, however, caution that it could lead to lower immigration levels, potentially affecting industries reliant on immigrant labor. Poilievre emphasizes that his approach is about creating balance. By addressing housing shortages first, he believes Canada can establish a more stable foundation for integrating newcomers and fostering economic growth. Key proposals in Poilievre's vision. 1. Annual immigration reviews. Conducting yearly assessments to align immigration levels with housing availability, labor market needs, and public service capacity. 2. Regional immigration programs. Expanding programs to direct newcomers to underpopulated areas, fostering economic growth in rural communities. 3. Incentives for affordable housing. Reducing red tape and offering tax breaks for developers who build affordable housing. 4. Streamlined credential recognition. Fast-tracking the process for recognizing foreign qualifications, enabling skilled immigrants to contribute to the workforce more quickly. 5. Strengthened border security. Amending agreements and implementing stricter screening to ensure a more orderly and secure immigration system. Criticism and support. A national debate. Pierre Poilievre's immigration proposals have sparked widespread debate. Critics argue that tying immigration to housing risks reducing the number of newcomers, potentially impacting industries like healthcare and construction that rely on immigrant labor. Others worry that stricter border policies could harm Canada's reputation as a welcoming nation. Supporters view these changes as necessary to create sustainable immigration policies that align with housing and infrastructure realities. They argue that these proposals represent a much-needed balance between growth and resource management. As we've explored, Pierre Poilievre's vision for immigration presents a bold departure from the status quo. From addressing the housing crisis to prioritizing skilled labor and restoring border security, his proposals have sparked a nationwide discussion on the future of Canada's immigration system. Thank you for watching Canada Chronicles. If you found this video insightful, give it a thumbs up and share it with others interested in Canada's immigration policies. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. What are your thoughts on Pierre Poilievre's immigration vision? Share them in the comments below. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you in the next video.